Good afternoon, Congress. I'll be brief, probably for the only time this week, but I'll try and be brief this afternoon. Firstly, I just want to say how immensely proud I am standing up here today with a packed room of delegates, almost 300 delegates and observers from colleges and universities right across the island of Ireland. It heartens me immensely that in these very difficult and turmoil times that students will play our part in the recovery, and it's the policies that we debate this week and the motions we pass and the people that we elect will help play their part in Ireland's recovery. The video that you've just seen shows what USI has achieved in the last 52 years and should be an inspiration to all of us in what we can achieve going forward. This week we'll elect a new officer board, and it'll be up to that officer board to take on and move on from what we've done in the past, and to do that with gusto. While I said there's about 250 to 300 delegates here this week, there's one man who's missing this week, Minister for Education Rory Quinn. Rory Quinn was invited to address Congress this week, initially accepted the invitation to come here and explain why 14 months ago he signed a USI pledge not to increase college fees and not to cut student grants. Last week, Minister Quinn backed out of that invitation because he did not want to face you and to face your members. And a message must be sent out loud and clear from this Congress that, Minister, 14 months ago you were very happy to share a photo with us. Why won't you come and explain yourself now? In the last election, we were promised that politics have changed. We were promised that politics would be done differently in Ireland. Nothing has changed 14 months on. We still have the old politics of lies, and we still have politicians who aren't accountable. Minister, today I'm sending out a message to you. Explain why you and your political party lied to students, lied to parents, and lied to families across the country. By 2015, you want to introduce college fees of €3,000, while families are already struggling to simply keep the lights on and to keep food on the table for their sons and daughters. A core principle of USI always has been and will remain to be equity of access. Access to education, and particularly higher education, should always be based on your academic ability and never on your financial means. So, Minister, shame on you. Shame on you for blocking access to education for students and families across the country, and shame on you for denying opportunities to people from lower socioeconomic backgrounds. And today I send out this message to Minister Quinn. Minister Quinn, why couldn't you take 3 hours out of your busy schedule to come to Galway and to come and address us and explain yourself? USI offered to reschedule any part of our Congress to allow you to come and address us. USI also allowed you to do a video link to come and address us today. So, Minister, shame on you, as I said, and you're cowarding out of a difficult decision that you made from a little bit of pressure. You need to explain your actions, and you need to do it soon, because this Congress will not stand by, and students will not stand by and be lied to time and time again. This, our 52nd annual Congress, is probably one of the most important Congresses in the Union's history. There has been three pivotal and very important aspects to USI's 50 years. Obviously, the first one was the founding of USI and our establishment. The second one was the bilateral, which is now the trilateral agreement between the National Union of Students in the UK and USI, which created the trilateral or the bilateral agreement, and then USI, as you've seen in the video. But at this Congress, delegates will be asked to decide USI's policy on third-level funding. This is a decision that should not be taken lightly by any delegate, and the decision we take at this Congress will have wide-ranging ramifications, not only for the political sphere, but more importantly, for education across the nation. There is two key and fundamental aspects to higher education. The first one I've already dwelled on, I've talked about a little bit. That's access to education and equity of access. The second one is quality of education. And as a country, we've always invested less in education than the OECD average. Recently, ECOFIN, which is the European finance ministers, did a report, and they suggest that Ireland had now become an economy with high access but low quality of education. And that's not a situation we can stand over either. Our graduates are known throughout the world for being the best. Our graduates compete internationally, and you can only see that with the emigration drain we have at the moment. Our graduates can get on a flight in Dublin, Cork or Shannon any morning of the year. They go abroad and they walk straight into jobs. That is not only Ireland's loss, but it's also our education loss. We need to continue to maintain that standard of education and that standard of quality. So the decisions you make this week, whether you decide to back USI's current policy of free fees, whether you decide to support a graduate tax, a student loan, a student contribution or upfront fees, that will have huge ramifications. Do not walk into that decision lightly. Make sure you read the information that's contained in your Congress booklet. Make sure you have a look at the information stand outside and read the information leaflet in that. Attend the debate this evening. I've no doubt that it will be a ferocious debate and be a very difficult decision for USI to take. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the week. Thank you very much.